What's going on, guys? Today we are tearing out a small rundown pond and turning it into a beautiful aquascape ecosystem 12x7 pond.
This is no good throughout the years.
We found a rock in the ground about the size of 6-0.
All the boxes have been checked on things you don't want to find.
So they have this old brittle plumbing here, and here at New England Aquatic Landscaping, we are not a fan of the kink-free plumbing. They have a very small skimmer, a pump that's no longer working, and an old rundown biofalls. So we're gonna tear all of this out. So this is gonna be a whole transformation. We're working around some beautiful plants, landscaping, and patio. So we have to be very careful. And we spent most of the day prepping the area around us with some underlayment, covering the sidewalk. We have plywood under there. We just unloaded our 6 tons of rock. We have a total transformation, and we've set ourselves up to do that smoothly. And you guys are gonna get to watch how we do that today. So now that we have the pond deconstructed a little bit, you get a better look into what went wrong with this pond. So you can see around the skimmer here, the liner has folded in on itself. That's a common theme here. If you look around the pond, almost the whole thing is a low edge. So they weren't getting the water quite up to where they wanted and getting that look that they liked, as well as not enough water moving. So immediately, when you want more water moving, you're gonna need to upgrade your skimmer and your biofalls for better filtration and an adequate surface draw. We're gonna upgrade both of those features for the homeowners and get that beautiful stream waterfall that they're looking for. So this thing has been not running for quite some time, as you can tell by looking at it, and we're here to change that and give them the happiness that they're looking for. So you might be thinking to yourself, if the homeowner is looking for more water flow and a louder noise, why can't you just upgrade the pump and leave it at that? The more draw that your pump is pulling from your skimmer, one, the skimmer needs to be an adequate size to hold the debris and hold enough water to make sure that it's not running dry. Two, the more water that you're pulling from the surface, the more water that's in contact with the air, and it's gonna hold oxygen. So your skimmer needs to be an adequate size, and your biofalls needs to be the adequate size as well. One, so that it can filter properly, because if it's too small, that water is gonna roar through there, and the bacteria and the bioballs aren't gonna be able to do their job properly. And two, it needs to be able to help introduce and break down that oxygen into the water column.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're preparing for this long weekend. I also got some more great news. Our great friend, Mr. Whiskers, Mr. Mason, is coming back. And I'm super excited to see him again and see the man he became after joining the National Guard.
Good morning. So as you saw from the beginning of the video, guys, this was a fully landscaped planting bed with a hidden leaking pond in the middle. The homeowners inherited this pond when they bought the house, and they loved it for many years. It was a cool addition to an awesome house and an incredible landscaping, but the pond was leaking and it just didn't really fit their vision. And so they were tired of dealing with the leak and they were ready for something awesome. So that's why we're here. The landscapers came and they transplanted all the landscaping. So as you can see, we've got our blue line painted on the ground. This is gonna be the outline of the new pond. And right now we're about to start digging. Sixto actually has started digging. And so the journey starts with us doing a little excavation work. And if you've noticed, this is a very tight area with lots of hardscaping, lots of landscaping, and no machine access. So we're gonna do this entire project by hand, the old school way. So we got some big heavy rocks that are gonna break our back, and we've got hand tools, shovels. So we're gonna excavate this by hand, get our pond nice and shaped, and then get to work building something beautiful.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm digging out this old disgusting pipe here. This is no good throughout the years. It gets very fragile and it cracks and it creates a leak. We're removing it, and ladies and gentlemen, I move you on with Mr. Dominic.
So we're gonna get our new plumbing in there, which is flex PVC, and what's in there now is kink-free plumbing. Like Sixto said, that stuff gets brittle and cracks, but our new plumbing is flexible and durable, so it'll last a lot longer.
He's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, check it out. Both of these guys are absolutely correct. This is more of a DIY type pipe, and it's a really cheap solution to people trying to build a pond themselves. There are a lot of companies that will use this because they just don't know any better, and that's okay. But over time, what comes as a very flexible, sold as proper pond plumbing gets very brittle and it cracks, it gets really stiff. It does not do well in New England, and it's kind of a ticking time bomb. It's a guarantee that eventually this pipe will crack and break. So that could be part of the problem they had with their leaking, but either way, they're gonna have brand new pipe, professional grade, flexible PVC, Schedule 40, all that nerdy stuff. So we're gonna get rid of this stuff and put in the right stuff, and they won't have an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hey guys, so a couple moments ago we were just telling you about how there's no machine access here. We found a rock in the ground about the size of 6-0. So we're gonna dig it out with our hands.
I'm heartbroken. He's saying I'm that fat, but it's okay.
No, the rock's muscular like 6-0, it's dense. See?
The whole bottom?
Yep. So this rock is in the way of us digging our skimmer in, but we can't move the skimmer because it's also in the deep section of the pond. That's just how big the rock is. So she's got to come out.
He's right.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a day. We thought we would be totally done with excavation, have our skimmer in, have the biological waterfall filter in place, everything carved out, probably have our fabric and liner down, and instead, just about almost every issue you could think of when digging in the ground, we've run into. So we have a pretty immovable rock right where our skimmer has to go and right where the pond deep section needs to go. So you hear that? It's a massive boulder. We're gonna have to come back tomorrow with some saws and jackhammer to get that out. Then, so we decided, all right, let's shift gears. We'll address that tomorrow. Let's work on putting in the biological waterfall filter in our plumbing. And we exposed the most amount of low voltage lighting wire I've ever seen, as well as a main line for the irrigation, some downspout drainage pipe, and some high voltage electrical wires that go to an outlet. So basically, all the boxes have been checked on things you don't want to find in the ground when you're digging a pond. We have found them all. So we've been spending a little bit of time excavating all this stuff to come up with a plan on what we're going to do now. We're not at a standstill, but we kind of are. Tomorrow morning, the lighting guy and the irrigation guy are going to come meet with us to talk about the plan for moving these or what's going to happen. I'm not sure. So that's a tomorrow problem. And yeah, I don't really know what to say. So we're a day behind schedule now.
This is tragic. I should be holding a tube of silicone connecting the liner to the skimmer right about now, but I'm looking at a whole mess of wire. Very unfortunate. What's going on, guys? We got that massive rock out yesterday. We cut it with a saw. We scored it so that the jackhammer had something to sit in, and it came apart very nicely. So that worked out well. We got all that out of there. We carved our pond. We got our liner and our fabric in. That big mess of wires and irrigation that you guys saw earlier, we got all that taken care of. We had an irrigation guy and an electrician out here to assess the situation and tell us what we should do about it. So the irrigation has been moved. All those wires have been bunched up nicely, and we're gonna have them replaced when we're all done with everything. So we've started rocking. We have the whole bottom ring done, and we're working on the second shelf right now. Progress is moving along nicely. Come take a look at what we've done. All right, guys, so when we're rocking a pond, we're not just putting rocks down. There's a little bit of thought that goes behind it. We want to make sure that we can create the shape that we want and blend our rocks into the outside of the pond in a natural way. So we kind of have these big rocks here. This one's framing the skimmer along with that one. And we went with some smaller rocks in the curve to kind of accentuate the shape and make it look like it's coming back into the landscape a little bit. So I really liked this rock, but it didn't bridge the gap like I was hoping, and it wasn't tall enough to meet our edge height. So I had to dig a shelf a little bit back so it has something to sit on, and I did a nice little cobble lanch in here that's unfinished, but it looks really cool so far.
Right now, double Sean's are rocking the pond, and stay tuned.
How was yesterday?
Yesterday was a good progress. As you see, liners in, skimmers in, biofalls is dug down, and it was a tremendous amount of progress with the rocking yesterday.
Are you happy with how it's coming out?
Very happy to see this coming along, especially in one day. You know, A lot of components going in. It's very heavy.
Hey guys, I just had to send Dominic to timeout because he's really fresh. He's over there. He's grounded. So let's talk about the pond. We have the pond almost completely rocked in. As you can see, Sixto's gone around, done a bunch of the graveling on the shelves. We got our mystery waterfall framed out, prepped for some waterfall action. And right now we are working on carving out the stream section. I'm kneeling down in a little area that's going to be a retaining wall to help us get some height up in here, retain this berm for the elevation change that we need to have some waterfall action. We got our biological waterfall filter in place. The plumbing is all attached and buried. And right now we're just doing some tedious work, cleaning this section up and getting ready to put that rock in place. That's going to be our bottom waterfall spill stone. A lot of fun, a lot of roots and rocks and stuff, but we're making a lot of progress. We've got to build these two waterfalls in the stream section. We've got to do all of the edge work. We've got to hide all this rubber and fabric. We have to put in the underwater LED lights. We're doing color changing lights on this project. There's gonna be 4 different ones. One wide angle for the pond to light the pond up. All the waterfall drops will have an individual light as well. So this place will look amazing at night. And then clean up, you know, yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We're supposed to be done tomorrow. I don't know if we're gonna be completely done, but we're gonna be dang close. We've got a mystery waterfall going in over here with our spillway. The pond is mostly rocked in. This is where the main waterfall coming out of the stream section is gonna dump into the pond. These are the frame rocks for that. We've got the entire stream section excavated, lined, fabriced, all good to go. Back in the corner is our biological waterfall filter. That is all nestled in place and leveled. And of course, our plumbing is connected. That runs all the way this way to our skimmer. And we're gonna tee off of that for our mystery waterfall. We've got a pocket over here. We're gonna put some big retaining wall stones in there, gravel it out. I don't even think it's gonna be underwater, but we're gonna use that as a plant pocket because water will be underneath the gravel, so the roots of the plants will love this little pocket over here. And of course, all of the shelving area is available for aquatic plants too. We've got underwater LED color changing lights going in this. We've got a wide angle we're gonna put over here that is gonna light up the whole pond. And then 1, 2, 3 spotlights for each of the waterfalls. And it's gonna be absolutely epic. So all these different edge techniques help make everything look natural and beautiful, including adding aquatic plantings or outside landscaping. So just the trick is to keep it different as you go around. The easiest thing, you see a lot of DIY pond builds, they just go around with buckets of gravel and pour it all around the edge to hide the liner. But we don't really think that looks too natural. We try to mix it up. Some places it's really appropriate, like right here, this little beach section, which brings you right up to the hardscaping. But I don't personally like the look when you do that around the entire thing. So we're trying to switch it up as we go.
Can you explain what softening up the edges mean?
So when I say softening up the edges, what I'm talking about is when we build these water features, it's all stone, right? It's gravel, it's rock. And to soften that is to add some texture, add a little bit of greenery, some plantings, some moss, things like that, where it breaks up all the hardness of the rock with something green and living, and it just kind of blends that landscape right to the water, and it really makes a difference. All right, guys, we're all done. This thing turned out incredible. I absolutely love it. If you watched from the beginning of the video, you saw there was a pond here. It was leaking. We came in, we completely ripped that out. We ripped out most of the landscaping, gave ourselves kind of a blank canvas. We excavated the pond. We ran into a bunch of obstacles, high voltage lights, low voltage lights, irrigation, downspout drainage, a massive boulder that we had to cut and jackhammer out. We got through all of those hurdles, excavated the pond, got our underliner in, got our liner in, put the rock pad on top, rocked the whole thing out, graveled it, made it look beautiful and natural, put in our skimmer, ran our plumbing, put in a mystery waterfall, attached the rest of the plumbing up to our biological waterfall filter up here, and built this beautiful waterfall stream section. And then on top of that, we put in the underwater lights. So we've got color changing LEDs in here. So this thing can be either white or any myriad of color that they choose. And it's just gonna absolutely pop at nighttime. I'm super excited with how this turned out. We even put in all these beautiful aquatic plants. So they've got a specimen water lily that's getting ready to have all of its pads and flowers pop up at the surface. We got chameleon plant, lizard's tail, pickerel rush, some forget-me-nots, some creeping jenny. There's moss, everything, guys. This even has an automatic water fill valve, so they don't have to drag the hose out to top the pond off when it evaporates. It does it all by itself. So they're ready to start living the water feature lifestyle, and I'm super happy for them. They've already had a bunch of neighbors come up and check it out over the weekend, and it wasn't even done yet, and they fell in love with it. So this is a very awesome water feature for this family. It's right in the front yard. It's a front entryway feature. So it's gonna be talk of the town. It's a great way for them to start their day when they walk out the front door to go to work. And when they come home from a long, stressful day, they're greeted with this awesome, relaxing water feature. All their friends and family will get to experience it when they come over. And after supper, they can come sit on that patio over there and have a snack, have a drink, have a little campfire, especially since it's the fall season starting right now. They can hang out there, the lights will kick on, and they'll just be able to enjoy this thing and unwind. And it's a great way for them to end their day. I'm super, super grateful they had us come do this for them. And I can't wait to see the landscaping they choose to put around it and this thing really mature and come to life over the next couple of years. So we'll definitely be back to share this with you. Let me know in the comments, guys, what's your favorite part of this whole process and the finished product. Besides that, guys, I'm out of here. I gotta get ready for tomorrow's build. So like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. Make sure you stay tuned because there's always amazing content and we love sharing it with you guys. So we love and appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.